Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Good morning, guys! Welcome back to the stream. Kung sino man ang nadadaanan nitong live stream ko dito sa YouTube, salamat sa pagsilip kahit hindi nyo sinasadya.
Our first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Shion.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Is it about Alfin?
No. Not just him.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are! No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Shion. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand. I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am. Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renin like you, or a mage like Rinwell. I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave. But regardless of all that, I'm here for you, Shion.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hootle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alfin, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you.
Live stream muna
Rinwell.
tayo bago tumakbo mamayang alas 4
Kisara.
with Kuya Aldrin.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
tired, Poodle?
You sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
Alright, something is definitely up with Shion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself. But then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell them. There's just no way I could, right?
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, Chinook! This is your hometown.
Hey, if we
Oh, just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule. And then, to top it all off, pretty sure we... But enough about my problems. What can I help you with? A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
Wait lang guys ha. Umaapaw na
I
ang
read through
basura
all
sa
of the
aking
records,
basurahan.
but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. But there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Okay, game. I'm back.
All right.
I guess.
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say. It feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah,
Just
it
drop
really
in
would have.
on this live stream.
Especially
Pwede
if the new
kayo
law
mag-iwan ng
was-
chat sa
Law?
Kilala kayo.
Something
Para
bothering you, Law?
ma-shoutout ko rin kayo.
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell?
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Den and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby. Whew!
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up?
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation
So
of
what viewer
aesthetic
natin
beauty
dyan?
in an owlet so young.
Welcome to the stream.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Oh, okay. Kaya to. Head to volcano. Baka doon. Baka pakaliwa.
We should be able to cook here.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Ah, dito na pala yun. Yung sa may tren. I'm hoping that my voice audio is loud enough for you guys to hear.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Bird Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Bird Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast. Little help! Here's something!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer!
Begin! Come on, come on!
It's a duel of the arts!
Double Demon Fang! The everlasting darkness!
Lunar
Negative
Fang!
freeze! Why can't they just sit still? Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
You're
We'll soon see about that!
Patient ruin! Double Demon Fang! Snake could be a vessel king! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
There! Here goes!
You're finished!
Over!
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Dohaline!
Light Burst Form!
Radiant Genesis!
The heavens must be smiling. being interrupted.
You have to aim for the burn area on their back.
Rising Wyvern! Devastation!
By the power of
Take this!
in a bind, arch me.
No armor, no complaints here!
Magic is in. This one's mine.
Elusive gear!
Not in your dreams. Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more!
Well done.
Dragon Swarm!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Illuminate the dark. Pierce evil.
Take this! Burn!
Holy lamp.
You're mine! Rising
Do it.
Wyvern!
Xion, astral energy. Full throttle.
This calls for a celebratory drink.
Hey, new equipment!
Hello sa pangalawang viewer natin na nandyan. Shout out to you kung sino ka man. Thank you for dropping by sa live stream na to. And I hope, and if you like the content of this stream, sana i-like mo na rin at mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel. Ha.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Gotta break through!
Pierce evil. Pierce evil.
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
Double Demon Fang!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you as glad we have your use.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Healing circle.
Leave the charges to me.
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
I'm ready.
Lock. Demons descend.
Flashing fang. Begin. Let me see what I can do.
Take this! How about this? It's on!
One more time. Do it. This one's got your name on it.
Action to action.
Looks like we got them all.
My face is starting to sting. My throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Xion?
I won't forgive you.
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Try harder! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon!
Others rock it.
Here I go!
Exploit the enemy's weakness. Strong. Split it open.
Be my guest!
Don't mind if I do. Gemini
No
Aqua.
dodge. Anything in armor is all mine.
Here you go. Illuminate the dark. Magic is down.
Begin.
Mega Ray. Now.
Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright, shiny mood.
sa kabila.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there'll be nothing left of you.
Exactly.
I won't forgive you!
In a vine? Okay, here I go.
Their hide is thick as armor!
I owe you one. I'm not done. You're on. You're finished.
Lightning cadet! I'll stop his charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Raging Storm.
Gravitational field! Steel force!
This one's all mine. I'm not done.
Pyramid render!
Double down.
Gemini, this one's mine!
Take this.
Where are you going?
I'm ready. You're finished.
Who wants to die next?
Burn.
Searing flame! Reload! Chinese decelerate! Dance in the wind! By the power of
Dragon Claw.
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
You're strong. You can handle yourself.
You can be really dense, Dohalim.
You're mine.
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done!
Here I come.
Not on my watch! Ice tornado! May 1,000 gales carry
Take
the track!
this. You're mine.
Giant
You're finished.
Gusty gale!
Rising Phoenix.
Know that I'm Mystic Mercy.
Double Demon Fang.
Firmament render!
Is that a healing art? It is. Just ignore your pain, and I'll try to be more careful.
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle! Easy peasy. Ha hoodle.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Bobo. Look, napakalaki naman.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
This one's up.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Dougal?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it!
Okay, here I go.
By the power of
This
water!
one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind it.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Luna Blast!
You're mine. Rising Wyvern.
In a bind?
Mega Ray! Astrolabe!
You'll finish.
Not on my watch!
Dragon Swarm. Rising Wyvern. Mirage. Take this. It's so.
Lightning Blast! Thunder Blade! Illuminate the storm! Magic is there!
Pile driver!
None shall escape my
Blue
stone!
escape. Double Demon Fang. Dragon Swarm.
A thrilling performance.
Here I come. Rising Wyvern. Rising Phoenix. It's over. It's
Illuminate the storm!
Not today. Take
Holy
this.
Land!
Devastation.
Let the marksman handle this! Hey, this one's mine! Here's enough I can handle it! Lightning!
Take this!
Downfall! Blah, blah, blah! In here!
Could do without it. Hey.
More for the south side! Flame of Doom!
I keep being interrupted.
Thunderblade! One more time! Dinar!
Begin!
Back into the fray! Holy
I'm
Land!
not done.
Elusive
Rising
deity!
Wyvern.
Sign up!
Devastation.
Benediction.
Here I come.
My astral energy! Cyan instant! Blast! Ready! By the power of water! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Confiscate! Lunar Remains Render! Vanquish darkness!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
This one's all mine.
Divine grace! This one's mine! I never miss! Lightning raging lunar corruption! Sealed! Gemini Ultra! Get on me there!
Show thy mystic mercy.
Waters of creation! Magic
Devastation.
is
Eat
there!
dirt.
Fairy circle.
Lunar corruption!
Is that a healing? It is.
I didn't want to put you out.
Ignore what our friends for.
Doubling.
And
In an instant. Impact block. We work well together.
like a finely timed waltz.
I'll smack you! Magic is there! Thunder Blade! Blah, blah, blah. There you go! Double up! Gemini Ultra! Searing
Rising Wyvern.
Resolve!
Stardust. You're mine. You're finished.
Downfall! Lightning Orb!
Double Demon
Lunar
Fang.
Corruption! Win! In here! War for the stockpile! A freezing storm!
Rising Wyvern.
Up and out! Armor coming through!
It's over.
Confiscated!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
It's go time!
Here come more.
We'll just have to keep fighting.
I can handle it! I never
astral
miss. That's my cue!
Strike. Shut him down.
Lightning Orb! Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Now. You're mine.
Certainly not.
Devastation.
Gale Force!
Double Demon Fang. Fluid.
Naked the abyssal deep.
Alright! It's Magic is
Try
there!
harder. Not a chance.
Holy Land!
Stardust. Devastation. Mirage.
Catapult!
Dragon Swarm.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Reinforcements incoming.
Not a problem.
I'm not done.
Not on my watch. Hold on to your art.
Is this what
Here I
real
come.
pain feels like?
Raging
I couldn't
Cascade.
make it in time.
Sleep now.
From beyond,
I'll be
imbue this
saving
vanquished
this
soul
one.
with
Lightning
more
Tornado! More with that. I'm all stuffed up.
Let her incantation ruin.
Mega Ray.
Heal!
You're mine.
Let's get you all this one's mine.
Nothing will hold me back.
Thunder Field instant.
Take this. It's over. Double Demon Fang.
This is some punishment.
Thunder Blade. They're all after me.
I'm coming, Redwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. No, it won't end like this.
You picked the... Stay away from my friend!
I'll be saving you. Will this help? Thunder Bay! Again, now for something special. Will this help? Magic is in! Holy land healing! Lightning orbs! Raging cascade!
Dragon
Wait
Swarm!
now! I'll smash you! Get out of there with the others! Leave the charge! The water creation magic is not on my watch!
Prepare to be
You're powering up!
My turn!
Will this help?
Rising Wyvern! Sturda!
Dance on the wind!
Take this!
Healing circle! Violent darkness!
The abyssal deep clear for us to pass!
Sturda!
Our surges will be carried away! In a bind!
More for the stockpile!
I'm ready!
Disasters made one! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
All disasters made one! Come forth! Your healing system is mine!
Take this!
Gemini Ultra! Now!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any ideas.
Hear me! Flame of Stern!
Snake in the abyssal deep.
Ardex, come through!
It's over!
Flame! Don't mind if I do! Think again! Eat dirt!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
A new leaf. Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe. Will this help?
My pride was my downfall.
Were we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Elton!
What? That's enough! Go back down!
Ala, di ko man lang nakita na bawasan yung buhay. Ganun lang yun. So, kailangan ko lang tumagal pala dun sa laban na yun.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way.
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city.
Well, no rest for the wicked.
I thought...
Against those? Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that logic.
Hey, is that it over there?
Ooh! Nice!
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, Our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't
Because
we?
there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Sa dalawang viewers natin
Don't
na
forget,
nandyan,
there's
thank
also
you.
a
Wala
good
kang
chance the
alisan.
Red Woman is somewhere on
Your time is
Lenegis.
much appreciated.
Wherever she
Pero sana
is,
mag-comment
we
naman
should
kayo
find
or
Elena
mag-chat.
Solomon too.
Ano, simpleng nood lang kayo.
That's right.
Masaya na kayo.
If we can take it back,
Well, kung
then
masaya
Xion
na
can
kayo, thank
finally
you.
get rid of her thorns.
Goods na yun para sa akin. Pero paki-share nyo na rin. Tapos paki-like nyo na din, di ba?
Yeah.
Ah, ganyan kayo matulog. Alam man lang humiga sa inyo. Grabe naman ang tulog nyo.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time. The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how... How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself,
This is a very nice
I know
game.
it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Sheena, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
That's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Elfin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Elfin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, You won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope. Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
On to Lenegis! Whee! Woohoo!
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth.
Inom lang ako tubig, guys.
But you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to...
Right. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams. But a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I could...
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never...
You? But you're the one always looking out for her.
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah?
Yeah, with all of us together, there's...
I know.
Hey,
Zephyr.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. We'll need all our strength. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point. But I guess I'll think it over more then.
Yeah, I think it is. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard? How could I?
Fair enough.
Oops, sorry guys.
Shion's had to deal with so
Pardon
much
me.
on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. I just figured that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, Do you remember the first time you said I was your friend? That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me. And I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two. And before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that.
Someone took a peek of this live stream. Thank you for dropping
Don't
by,
worry,
whoever
it's
you
okay.
are.
I'm not planning on dying anymore.
Good afternoon. I hope you had your lunch.
I've met too many
Shoutout
people
sa'yo
along
kung
the
sino
way
ka.
who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Ay! Kinikilig ang 38 years old ang puta.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Huh? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, we thought we'd turn the tables and critique your appearance for a change.
This flavor. Why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Hey, do you have time to talk?
Of course.
It's about the doll I used to have as a little girl. I gave it some more thought, and I still don't remember actually receiving it from anyone.
You were so little. I don't...
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start. I know that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to Lenegis.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't? Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't, right? Crazier things have happened. I always thought I'd be alone, only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim. Sometimes things happen in life that we never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if there's any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
Sorry if I'm a bit restless during the night. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
And we're about to take off. FMV, I suppose.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right. Then let's go.
Woo! Outer space!
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're... Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that
What do you mean?
with the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really the world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
We'll be going to Lenegus soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegus like back then? Before you came to Dana.
Let's just say I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions
Oh,
of the
we got
coming
4
apocalypse.
views now. Thank you for dropping by, whoever you are
Didn't wind
again.
up a cheery disposition, unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be
Sakit ang
swallowed
dila
up.
ko.
And that's when it hit me.
Too
If I was
much
going to
barbecue
die,
powder
then it should mean
from
something.
Tumor bits.
If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry.
But what
I
can
didn't
I do?
mean
I
to
love it.
that.
Especially with a
No,
Mountain Dew or
I'm in a much better place now.
a root beer.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy?
That's exactly my... Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matter. Come back and speak to me when you finish look. Is everyone about ready?
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dahna. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dahna even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Dahnan.
Thanks for...
Come on, you've seen her.
On arts alone, you're right, I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blush.
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dahna, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll
Woohoo!
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegus's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegus would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Okay.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Hello there, viewer. Thank you for dropping by on this live stream. Hope you can put a like on my channel. Leave a chat. I hope you like playing video games too. Your short second on dropping by on this stream is already a big help. So thank you again, kung sino ka man. I'm speaking in Taglish so that you can understand it. You can understand some of the words that I'm saying, you know.
What in the world?
In case that you were not a Filipino.
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of
You got
things.
5 views now. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
Sakit ng dila
When
ko,
Lenegus
bad.
changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
If you can
Maybe
share
when they
this
sent the wedge
live
down to
stream as
Dana?
well.
But they
maybe
wouldn't
have
move around the
a
places where people
community
live.
of yours,
These are their homes, right?
a community where
I would think the citizens
people love
themselves
playing
didn't have much
video
say in
games
the
as
matter.
Well.
Either
Pwedeng
way,
pa-share.
locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening. But so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone. Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danins among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the... It's just...
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Ren.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they'd...
Whatever they're...
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers.
You heard him.
Okay, so guys, thank you again dun sa 5 viewers natin na dumaan dito sa live stream ko. And I'll have to end the stream for now. And take another couple of hours nap, perhaps. Kasi I'll have to run 11 kilometers around 3:30 to 4 p.m. That will probably be good for an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours. So yeah, I'll have to take a rest and eat some food. Thank you again. See you guys some other time. Bye bye.